Hey, alright, so we have here the Ocharaku Flat 4. This is the model with the metal aluminium body. Okay, as we can see from here, there's a few parts to it. We have the space cancelling tube. We have the main body, the centerpiece, the back plate, and the front nozzle. Interestingly, there's no filter at the front nozzle, so dust might get inside and your earwax. See, there's a air vent here at the back too, and one at the side. Okay, so at the bottom we have this shrink relief, the rubber shrink relief, and the wire itself. Okay, so what's up with this IEM? There are two drivers inside. One is facing back and one facing forward. So what happens is that this particular driver, it will fire the sound backwards onto the tube, and it will go to the front and cancel out the face and do the face correction. Okay, so this is a very old piece, so I'm not too sure if this yellowing is a sort of coating, because the last few sets they have no coating whatsoever on the face correction tube. So they are held on together by glue. So if it's relatively new, you might want to use some heat on this. Proper heat using a heat gun. But we are going to demo using the lighter for speed. Okay, this is a very old model. I believe we can just pull it off. Let's try. Oh yeah, it came off already. Okay, look at the glue holding on to it. So we need heat. We will need the heat to reheat and let the glue flow back into the housing and for it to set. So let's get this away. Okay, for the centerpiece. Alright, so basically if you just cover up this hole, it will still work as a normal IEM without the woo-ha. Okay, for the centerpiece, this is the one with the aluminium body. So we can get off using a lighter. Do not use a lighter. Use a proper heat gun. Low setting, mid setting. Do not use it. Use the heat. Apply it for too long. Okay, this is a bit tight because of the glue. I can actually pull it off with my fingers, but I think a bit of heat will help. Okay, get some insulation. We prefer to use piece of leather, and hold on to any of the parts. When you are applying the heat, do not apply it for too long because these are plastic. This is sort of, it's not melamine, this is more like ABS. I don't know if it's true, so let's set the flame to small setting. In the case of a lighter, we do not need a lot of heat, we just need enough heat to melt the glue, and it's hot. Hot? No, yes. Okay. Simple. But yeah, if you are not confident, do not use the glue. Okay, let's take a look at the front side. This is the one with the bronze colored driver. There's quite a few different colors. I don't remember too much of it. I might have some photos, but I haven't referred to them. Okay, as we can see, let's remove the back too. We need more heat. Okay, finally we got it off. Okay, as you can see, there's so much glue here, so that explains the reason why it took so long. Alright. Okay, as you can see, there's two sets of wires. This one is not easy to see, but the one with the red dot, the positive side, is darker brown. It's more like a bronze color, and we have a copperish color for the standard ground side, and it is the same here. it's the same on this side, but when you take a look at the drivers, they're actually labeled in differently, so we can assume it's wired in a different phase. Let's try to push it out. Okay, I'll just cut it from here. We do need quite some length of wire for this job, so let's push it out from here and get some aid. Tweezer, get it out. Alright, you can see the knot acting as a strain relief. Let's remove this rubber piece. And why is this still here? Okay. It's gotten so old, the rubber has already broken down. Let's pull them away. And we have the knot. Okay, that was all to just show you. We actually do not need to open up both sides. Okay, let's align it properly. We'll heat it up at the end of the mod. Okay, let's take a look. We have this knot. Let's undo the knot and remove the insulation. Let's get all this out of the way. Pull it out gently. Do not tug at it. The drivers are still soldered. We don't want any movement on the driver pads, the soldering pads. Throw this away. Alright, we have two separate drivers. Okay, but as you can see, the way that they are wired is actually in normal IEM fashion, where the ground goes to the ground and the signal goes to the signal. So getting this out of the way, there is a certain type of there's a few types of MMCX connector that you can try. They do fit because for the Ocharaku the holes are quite big. And this, we'll be using the one with the hole and a slightly thicker body. So for this, it might be a bit too thick to actually install. But when we have finished the mod, it will be flush. You can see at the end of the video. This is the more accessible. It's easier. Then there's also screw threads, which goes like this. So you can actually screw it down at the end. You can just take a look at this. And you have something protruding. Whereas this will be flat. You can use something like this. Put it in from the inside, and it comes out from the bottom. You will need to drill a bit for this too. Okay. So when we are trying to drill this this housing, let's do it in a way that we're not going to endanger your wires. We remove every of the thing from the housing, and you will be safe here. Not 100%. You take care of your fingers. So how do we drill? As always, a Dremel tool. If you don't have a Dremel tool or rotary tool, use a hand file. It will take some time, but that is the best you can do. Let's get a cleaner bit. Okay, safety first. Rotary tool on metal is hot, so let's hold on to it with a piece of insulator. Okay, using the Dremel with insulator. The thing is that do not let it get caught on the fabric. It's going to get caught and roll inside. let's do this. We just need slightly bigger. Okay, let's preview what it's going to look like when it's done. As you can see, we have a more flush outlook on this. And that's it for the mod. Thanks for watching. Of course, the video will not end like this. We'll show you one side of the mod fully. So let's get back to the previous state. Okay, for the next step, it's going to be simple soldering and fixing up. We also do need to make sure that the pin side doesn't have any leaking air vent. I mean, doesn't become another air vent, so we have to seal it up at the bottom. Alright, as you remember, we have two sides. Let's trim them down properly and start to fray. Okay, so this because we have this so many parts going on, we have to remember that okay, this is the left. So this nozzle is pointing inwards. This is the left, so it's inwards, frontward, and we have the vent at the back. So in this case, the vent is at the back. So on the right nozzle over here, pointing this direction, this way. Right. So we will not thread this through the hole yet. What we have to do is this. We have to thread it through this from the front. And the other is from here. You have to go through the housing. Not enough hands. Through. Okay. So here we will thread it through the same direction, exposed and on the top. Okay. Right. And let's combine the signal and the ground wire respectively, and we'll tin them first before they unring itself and now we have tinned them. Let's trim them down. Easier to work with. Right. So the ground and the signal. Okay. So let's tin this female connector also. Alright, before you go ahead and solder the whole thing onto it, you have to remember, it goes out of the hole first. So, and also this one must be inside. So you need 8 pair of tweezers. get it out of the hole. And let's solder the ground first. Tweezer. And the signal. Once we have this done up, okay, the next step is a bit tedious. We push it in, the connector, flush, and we will try to tighten this nut onto it. Usually I will just use a pair of tweezers and turn. But this is not so easy because you have to get it flat. It's working. Okay, so we need to seal up this part. You can use hot glue or epoxy. So here on we'll be using epoxy. So it's the same old 2-part epoxy, A and B. Not too much, just a little bit. This is too much. Just need something like this because it will times 2, but I have to do the other side too. So let's get some. Okay, about this. Get the equal amount on each side. And mix. Okay, so we'll split it into 2 sides, left and right. And let's pack it down. Another half. Find the groove and find the part that is exposed, and we pack them inwards. We'll remove the excess later because too much is not good. Alters the sound chamber. Okay, here. Okay, and we are done for this step. So let's fit in the driver. Remember, pointing. Let the groove be the marker for to make it straight. You can add super glue, CA glue to glue it down permanently, but the existing glue is sufficient. So align them, and we have this part. Okay, so the last step, take a heat gun hairdryer, heat it up, let the glue flow back to where they are supposed to be. So from here I'll be using a lighter. And we'll let it set. Last step, finally, install your earbud. Install a connector with this we can use a normal MMCX connector and test the sound. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like our content, please help us to subscribe to the channel, and you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more updates. And, if you have any comments or on things that you want to know more, you want to learn more, any new videos that you want to see, any questions, do post them in the comments below, and I'll try my best to answer everything. So once again, thank you all for watching.